Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, November 6th, and welcome to our next Remote Learning Friday. This week, we talked all about weather, and we started our weather unit in science. So today, we're just going to do some review to kind of review everything that we've talked about, do a quick quiz, and then Ms. Smith is going to read an article with you that you guys are going to answer some questions on. So the first thing I want to do is kind of review what we've talked about temperature. Now, we've looked at this week how to read a thermometer to tell us what the temperature is. So I found a really good video on Brain Pop, of course. You know, Ms. Smith loves Brain Pop, to kind of practice reading a thermometer and talking about temperature. After we watch the video, we're going to do that quiz together, see if you guys can get any of them correct. And then we are going to read an article about the forecast and meteorologists. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's see if she can remember how to share her screen on here. Okay. Pull up the video. Here we go.
It's really hot
I'm filming a lesson. I'm sorry. Hold on, give me one sec. Can I find you? I'm sorry.
today. What's the temperature, Moby? What is temperature? The temperature tells you how hot or cold something is.
Remember earlier this week, we talked about different tools we could use. We talked about like sticking our finger in, feeling the cup. Those aren't good ways of measuring temperature. So we talked about a specific tool that will help us. Who remembers what that tool is called? Hopefully you're thinking thermometer.
You can use a thermometer to measure the temperature. In some thermometers, a special liquid like mercury or alcohol rises and falls as it gets warmer or cooler. The hotter the temperature, the higher the liquid climbs up the thermometer. The lower the temperature, the lower it goes down on the thermometer.
Notice the thermometer is going up when you see the sun coming up, and it kind of goes down during nighttime. Any ideas on why they might be showing you that? What does the sun give us that could affect temperature? We know it gives us light, and it also gives us heat. So when the sun is out, the temperature does rise more than it would at nighttime when the sun is gone.
Thermometer. We use thermometers to measure the temperature outside and inside, and to check the temperature of our bodies. We set the temperature on ovens and measure the temperature of food. Temperature is measured in units called degrees.
Degrees.
There are a few different temperature scales, including degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius.
Who remembers which one do we use here in the United States? Hopefully you're thinking Fahrenheit. Everywhere else in the world just about uses Celsius, but here in America we use degrees Fahrenheit. So you'll always see that little circle and then the capital F.
It's kind of like how you can measure something in inches or in centimeters. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit or 100 degrees Celsius. The symbol for degrees is a tiny circle at the top right corner of the number. The degree symbol is followed by an F or C, depending on which temperature scale is used. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. The temperature of our bodies is usually about 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. How do you read a thermometer? Thermometers can be different from each other, so when you use one, look at it carefully. Many thermometers show the temperature in both degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. On some thermometers, the numbers go up by 10. To find the temperature, look at where the red liquid stops on the number line. Let's read the temperature in degrees Celsius. The thermometer shows 10 degrees Celsius. What's the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That might be the temperature on a chilly day in some places. You're right, Moby. It's much hotter here. What's the temperature in degrees Celsius? On this thermometer, there are 5 spaces between the numbers.
So this reminder helps us to know what to skip count by when we're reading a thermometer because it won't always be counting by ones. If we see 5 spaces in between 30 and 40, what could we count by? Ones, 31, 32, 33, 34, 40, that wouldn't work. We could try twos, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. So that's how we figure out. That would mean this thermometer reads 30, 30, 32, 34, 36. I'm going to guess 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
So you skip count the marks by 2 to get from one number to the next. You can start at 30 and skip count by 2. 32, 34, 36. The temperature is 36 degrees Celsius. What's the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? Start at 90 and skip count the marks by 2. 92, 94, 96. It's about 36 degrees Celsius or about 96 degrees Fahrenheit. It's hot out here. Good idea. Let's cool off with a glass of lemonade. When you measure the temperature, give the thermometer a minute to do its job. After the special liquid stops moving for a bit, you can read the temperature. What's the temperature in degrees Celsius? It's about 4 degrees Celsius. What's the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit? It's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit. When it's really hot, I like to imagine being in a nice, cool place. Moby, I think this is a little too cold. Brr.
All right, let's go ahead and take our quiz, see how we do. Make it bigger for y'all.
Start.
Question number 1. What is the temperature in degrees Celsius? So remember, Celsius is always first on this side. So I see 30, and let's see what they're counting by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, let's try twos. 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. That works. So 30, 32 should be B. Good job. Moby recorded the temperature during the week. How much warmer was it on Friday than on Tuesday? How much warmer? When we're comparing, here's a little bit of a math question. When we're comparing, what do we have to do? Hopefully you're thinking subtract. So 20 minus 16. Well, I'm going to count up. I know 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Should be 4. Number 3, at what temperature does water freeze? Let's think. Which one would make the most sense? Freeze we know means cold, so would it be 100 degrees? That doesn't make sense. Now we're stuck between 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius. On our system, water does not freeze at 0. It freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So the 0 would go with Celsius. Miss Smith's so smart. Mia is building a snow fort. What do you think the temperature is outside? Here's a clue. It must be cold enough to snow. So I know 90 and 70, way too hot. 45 or 28. Which one do you think is more likely that snow is going to stick to the ground? Hopefully you're thinking 28. Great job. Number 5. The temperature outside changes throughout the day. When do you think the temperature is usually the highest? This goes back to what Smith was talking about where the sun is. So would the temperature be the highest, A, in the middle of the night, B, late in the evening, C, during the afternoon, or D, early in the morning? Where do you guys think the sun is the highest, therefore we're getting the most sunlight and heat? Hopefully you're thinking C, during the afternoon. Great job, y'all. We got 100. The last thing I want to do before I send you guys off to do your classwork is to read the article with you that is going to be on your classwork assignment. So Ms. Smith did upload this article so that way you guys can go back to it when you're trying to answer the questions. But I'm also going to read it with you so that way you already know what the article says. So we're going to read this article, and then these 5 questions are what is on your Google form for today. So question number 1 that we're looking for, what is a weather forecast? Question number 2, what is a person whose job it is to forecast the weather called? Number 3, name one weather tool and tell what it is used for. Number 4, this one is open for you guys to write. It says, what is your favorite kind of weather and why? And then number 5 is also an opinion question. Do you think the job of a meteorologist is difficult or easy? Explain your thinking. So here we go, let's read. So it's trying to zoom in so it's bigger for y'all. The weather forecast predicts what the temperature and air conditions will be in the near future. There is a wide variety of types of weather. The weather can be sunny or stormy. It can be warm or cool. It can also be rainy, cloudy, or windy. Sometimes weather is severe. Severe means like it can be very bad. A blizzard, a thunderstorm, or a hurricane may happen quickly. When we get information ahead of time, we can prepare for it. Being prepared helps us stay safe. Next paragraph. A meteorologist is a person whose job it is to forecast the weather. I hear one of our answers. There are many tools available to help the meteorologist do his job. A common tool for getting an accurate measurement of the temperature is a thermometer. A high temperature probably means plenty of sunshine for everyone. Again, the more sun we see, the warmer it is because the sun provides heat. In rainy weather, a meteorologist uses a rain gauge. There's one type of weather tool. A rain gauge gives numerical data about how much rain is falling outdoors. So when it's raining outside, they'll stick, it's almost like a cylinder outside, and it collects the rain. And so when it's done raining, they can measure how much rain did we get. After it rains, you may be able to see a rainbow. A rainbow appears when the sun comes out and there is still rain in the air. Wind brings us weather. It blows clouds from one place to another. It is helpful to know which direction the wind is blowing. A wind vane provides this information. So there's a second tool. It's a tool and it moves to tell you guys which direction the wind is blowing. Is it blowing to the west? Is it blowing to the east? Is it blowing north or is it blowing south? Knowing the wind direction helps a meteorologist know what weather is coming. Weather forecasts are not always right. As our knowledge about weather gets better, the forecasts become more accurate. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen here. At this time, I want you guys to go ahead and open your Google form so you can answer these 5 questions as your classwork for today. We miss you guys. We will see you on Monday, November, today's the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. Monday, November 9th. Have a good weekend. See you soon. Bye.